Hi everyone, welcome to Food for Thought. Today we're going to continue our discussion of chemistry with an exploration of matter. So what is matter? You've probably heard that all matter is made up of atoms. But what are atoms and what do they contain? We know that atoms contain protons, neutrons, and electrons. These are all called subatomic particles. Every atom has multiple protons, neutrons, and electrons that make it up. But over time, there have been a number of different models of atoms and how they're composed. For instance, the chemist Robert Dalton proposed a model with no subatomic particles. J.J. Thomson discovered the electron. And Ernest Rutherford did a gold foil experiment which found the nucleus of the atom. In the gold foil experiment, a particle called an alpha particle was fired at a sheet of gold foil. When the alpha particle was launched at the gold foil, a lot of the time it went right through, as you would expect. But occasionally, it would bounce straight back. Rutherford conjectured that this was because there was something very massive in the center of the atom, and it turns out he was right. Every atom has a nucleus that is surrounded by electrons. So we have protons, which are large and positively charged. Neutrons, which are slightly more massive than protons and neutral charge. And electrons, which are about 1/1000th as massive as both of them and have a negative charge. Each element is determined by what these subatomic particles are. Now, we're going to go back to Dalton. Dalton pioneered what he called his atomic theory. And so, he had multiple principles, which are shown below. Elements are made of extremely small particles called atoms. Atoms of an element are identical in size and mass, while atoms of different elements differ in these properties. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Atoms of different elements combine in simple whole number ratios to form compounds, and that's called the law of definite proportions. And finally, in chemical reactions, atoms are combined, separated, or rearranged. Note that they are never destroyed. It was later found that Principle 2 was not completely valid because of the discovery of isotopes, which we'll discuss later on. So, this leaves us the question, what are elements? And what are isotopes? Next time, we'll talk more about elements and isotopes, as well as chemical reactions that rearrange all these elements. See you then!